Hello, thank you for hearing me. My name is Van Mellon. I wasn't originally on the docket, so I appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I'm from Kershaw County. I am with the Libertarian Party of South Carolina. I was an elected delegate to our convention last November from Kershaw County, and I'm also a registered voter, obviously, where we unanimously passed support for a convention of states. And I originally wasn't planning on speaking here. I just wanted to show my support, but I did want to take an opportunity to kind of criticize some of the criticisms that I've heard today that seem to bear inherent contradictions. One of them is about a runaway convention. You know, what was it? The 1786 convention is being criticized for having been run away. But I would imagine that all of those critics, in voicing their support for the Constitution that resulted from that, are glad that it resulted the way that it did, I would imagine. And the fear of losing the Constitution that we have now in said convention, which my understanding is that's not really a reality if you think about the nuts and bolts of how it works. But again, the Article 5 Convention of States authority is contained within that very Constitution. So how can you be against a convention of states and be for the Constitution? You can't have it both ways. We all know that that Congress is representing their own interest. I mean, how many six-figure-a-year jobs turn you into a millionaire within a year or two of getting those jobs, right? And so we're left with the burden of what to do about that and how to reclaim the nation. This doesn't matter what your political philosophy is. As a libertarian, I identify as both a constitutional conservative and a neoliberal and a classical liberal. If you're familiar with political philosophy, you know that's a very common thing for all Americans. We have a lot more in common that we agree upon than what the propaganda machine likes to paint the picture of. I'm for a convention of states. I trust you guys to appoint a delegate to represent the best interest of this state and not go on some crazy mission to, I mean, think about that. Think about that. If we get 34 or 38 states, each independent legislative bodies appointing their own delegates, do you really think that those delegates are going to conspire together to replace the entire U.S. Constitution? Is that a reality that you think is going to happen? I just think it's insane to believe so. While the wording might appear ambiguous to those who really don't have the mind for these things, I think every member of this committee does have the mind and the understanding of how that would work, and you could see how unrealistic that would be. That's all I want to say. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity, and thank you for doing what you do.
I'm here live in Philadelphia at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When you hear the phrase lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, these are the folks we should think of, those who anonymously gave their lives. Well, today you have a chance to volunteer. You need to volunteer for conventionofstates.com, the movement that's going to save the country. These folks were willing to step up and give everything. We need you to give just a little bit. Go to conventionofstates.com and volunteer today.